Just let go. Just let it go. This is a phrase that we hear a lot in meditation circles. You're too attached. Let go. So this whole idea of letting go comes from the core of the Buddha's teachings. So the core of the Buddha's teachings was the Four Noble Truths. So the Four Noble Truths talks about becoming aware of suffering, finding the cause, release happening, and following an eightfold path. So the first two things, the first two aspects in that is recognizing suffering and recognizing the cause of suffering. So what the Buddha realized was that clinging to desire is the cause of suffering. Hence, in Buddhist circles, everyone is always saying, let go. Because if you let go of desire, then you will be free from suffering. But can you just let go? And anyone who's tried this knows that letting go doesn't happen at will or when you want it to. You can't let go of something until you have something else to hold on to. When you have enough of a resource within yourself, when your heart is so expansive that it doesn't need anything from the outside, then maybe you can start to let go. But another aspect of letting go is something that the Buddha talks about called nibbida. So, nibbida is a Pali term that means disgust. So this term nibbida is used in regard to renunciation. So the Buddha says the worldling goes into the world, he notices how sense pleasures and relationships and things like that are temporary, and you lose things that you want and you don't get things that you want, and you suffer because of that. And you notice that those things don't hold anything. They don't give you an everlasting happiness, and you experience the disenchantment, and then you let go. So another example, I don't know how many people played with Matchbox cars or with Ken and Barbie when they were kids. When you're between the ages of say 5 and 8 or 5 and 10, a Matchbox car and a Barbie or a Ken is such a wonderful thing. But when you get to your 30s and 40s and beyond, does the Matchbox car or the Ken still hold the same allure? It's because you've seen higher pleasures, you've seen greater things. So letting go of anything is not instant. A good analogy or a good example is people who are addicted to another person, addicted to a substance. Obviously they stay in the situation because it gives them a benefit, and they only think of letting go when the suffering that's attached to that particular experience is greater than or maybe equal to the amount of pleasure that you get. But you don't truly let go until the suffering has exceeded the pleasure, when you do the activity and the pleasure gets less and less and less. And you come to that stage where you experience the disgust with the object. And this is not to say that it's this clear cut or this simple. It takes a lot of cultivation. I think willpower is something that a lot of people rely on. We try to force things, and willpower takes a lot of strength. So another thing that the Buddha talks about is the immeasurable qualities of the heart, or cultivating a great heart, which is the qualities of metta, which is unconditional acceptance, karuna, compassion, mudita, which is gladness in the joy of other people, and upekkha, which is equanimity. And these four qualities, or the immeasurables, or the divine abidings, as they're called in Buddhism, allow one to develop a heart that's so great that it can let go. But this takes time, and it takes cultivation. And the more you let go, the more often you let go, the easier it gets. But letting go is not easy, and letting go is not instant.